right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad to see a full room. This is NNLM Region 3's 2022 LIS Fall Development Awardee presentations. Thank you all for being here with us today. I am Bailey Sterling, NNLM Region 3's Technology and LIS Coordinator. I do want to acknowledge that this is being recorded and we will upload it to YouTube at a later date. The LIS Fall Development Award is a competitive award offered by our office each year. We invite library and information science students from around NNLM Region 3 to apply. We really look forward to working with these awardees and hearing these presentations each year because they give us an opportunity not only to plug in with LIS students from around the region, but also to introduce them to all of you. But first, for those in the room who might not be familiar with our work, I'd like to give a quick introduction to NNLM Region 3. So let's start with a basic question. What is NNLM? NNLM, or the Network of the National Library of Medicine, is in essence the field force of the National Library of Medicine, which is under the umbrella of the National Institutes of Health. NNLM is focused on health literacy, progress in the field of medicine, and improving public health. Our entire organization is divided up into 7 regions, as you can see on the map in the lower right-hand side there, with a regional medical library, or RML, that serves as headquarters in each region. So we are Region 3, so that's the green region there kind of at the bottom. Each RML spearheads and manages outreach efforts to their particular region. The students you'll see today are awardees of NNLM Region 3, which is that green region. Region 3 RML is based at the University of North Texas Health Science Center in Fort Worth, Texas. Region 3 serves the states of Arkansas, Louisiana, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas. This award gives LIS students from within Region 3 an opportunity to attend and present at a professional conference, SEC-MLA. They've worked with our staff for several weeks to learn about NNLM and to build today's presentations. After this conference, these students will also have the opportunity to engage in virtual professional development with our staff. Students who apply for the LIS Fall Development Award must do something really important. They need to effectively demonstrate an acute interest in health sciences librarianship. And they must be able to communicate how attendance and presentation at an MLA chapter conference might bolster their career. The students you will meet today have done just that. The presentations you'll be hearing will be coming from Drew Johnson from the University of North Texas and Jennifer Muse from Emporia State University. Drew will be presenting on NLM product PubChem, and Jennifer will present on NLM exhibitions. I'll now hand things over to Katie Pierce-Farrier, who will introduce our LIS Fall Development awardees.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to have you with us here today. I am happy to introduce Drew Johnson. Drew Johnson is a certified health educator and a graduate student at the University of North Texas. She's pursuing her MS in medical informatics. She graduated summa cum laude from Texas Women's University in 2021 with a Bachelor of Science degree in health. There, she conducted a needs assessment aimed at identifying trends in the access and use of culturally competent maternal healthcare resources. She's currently conducting a research project aimed at identifying and examining areas within the medical documentation process that are prone to bias and misrepresentation. This is aimed at being published in June of 2023. So Drew will be delivering the presentation today about PubChem, so please come on up, Drew.
Alright, so hi everyone, my name is Drew, and today I will be taking you guys along with me to take a closer look at PubChem. So what exactly is PubChem? PubChem is an online resource providing chemical information. It's the largest of its kind, providing government-administrated free access to chemical information regarding elements, compounds, drug-active ingredients, and more. It acts as a customizable search engine, allowing users to search for chemicals by name and structure. Searches will return information on the physical and biological properties, safety, toxicity, patents, and available literature of chemicals. So this is a little screenshot of the interface of the PubChem search engine. So like many traditional search engines, users can search for terms using the inquiry box highlighted in red. They can also use the entres function for text-based searches. You will see also using the entres function, they can search by compound, substances, and bioassays. So below the entres function, PubChem allows for additional inquiry functions using the draw structure, upload ID list, browse data, and periodic table functions. So the draw structure function, we're going to take a closer look into that. You can go ahead and draw the structure that you are looking to identify. This is especially helpful for those who aren't really well versed in the nomenclature of chemical information, and so they know what it looks like, but they don't know the name of it or different presentations of it. So this provides a really good opportunity for users of different knowledge backgrounds to search for what they need to find. Next, we have the upload ID list. This is basically a list that you can use to you can upload your list, type it in, or you can search it through both of those functions. So you choose the identifier type that you are looking for, and then you can provide the list of identifiers separated by commas, and you can upload files of one identifier per line just in case, instead of having to take the time to actually manually put everything in. It just allows for a little bit of ease on doing that. So next we have the browse data function. You can search for a selected classification and it will return information regarding agrochemical information, associated disorders and diseases, biological descriptions, test results, interactions, and properties, and a little bit more too. So another really helpful function of PubChem is that you can search for chemicals on the periodic table. So if you are looking for a specific element or product, you can go ahead and select it, and upon selecting it, we selected iron, for example. You'll see the state it's in, the atomic mass, electron configuration, oxidation states, and a few more little overview information about the chemical you selected. So this is a little bit of a comparison of the use. So a traditional search engine, I'm taking the most widely used one, for example, is Google. Searching for carbon dioxide on Google will return a Wikipedia page. You'll get a NASA page and a dictionary definition. And then in the About section provided by Google, you will see a little bit of the overhead information that you probably would have gotten from PubChem's overview function using the periodic table. Now, going closer in on the About page, there's a few more functions that it provides. So you can look at the effects, what it's like when those levels are low, and products that contain carbon dioxide for this example. Selecting the products, you will see an article from a source of questionable validity. You will see that it was published in 2018, and you will see that it's only providing 5 products. Comparing that to what you will return at a PubChem search for carbon dioxide is you will not only get to see a visual representation of what it looks like, You will also be given different tabs where you can look at the substances it's in, genes, proteins, pathways, more bioassays, literature, and patents associated with carbon dioxide. Specifically honing in on the products or the substances that it's contained in, you will return 440 results as compared to Google's 5 that they provided, and you will get a little synopsis of what it will look like, its ID number, compound ID number, the data source that it was found by, so if you click on that information, that's where the information came from, and a category of the data source, and a date showing when it was last modified and published. And as you can see by this, the last modified date was 2021, so we stay pretty up to date there as compared to the 2018 that was on the Google search. So how the data on PubChem is found is PubChem will find information using data sources from over 800 organizations. These organizations will include other national and governmental chemical research entities, for example, the European Chemicals Agencies, other large databases with published chemical information, for example, the Human Metabolome Database, and from independently or privately owned chemical research database platforms, for example, the CAS Community Chemistry Platform. Who can use PubChem? PubChem can really be used by anyone looking for chemical information. It has advanced searching capabilities for established professionals. So if you know what you're looking for, you know exactly what you need. It provides enough customization features so that you can really go ahead and take a really quick search for what you're looking for. It also provides more basic abilities for non-professionals. I definitely want to highlight the draw chemical function. I've taken undergraduate chemistry classes, and there was definitely a lesson on nomenclature that was kind of difficult to navigate, and so having that feature is very helpful for students. It provides information regarding chemical mass, type, shape, and melting point and boiling point for students as well. And it allows for searches without the chemical or compound's direct name, which we kind of went into earlier. And do I have any questions?
I have a question. When you were on the periodic table that they can just click on it and it'll give some information, does that also link them to some really good articles, helpful articles at the same time?
Yes, it can. Selecting different categorizations. So, for example, it had melting point, boiling point. You can go ahead and click on that melting or boiling point, and it's hyperlinked to an article that'll give you some more information.
Awesome. Would you recommend it to the chemistry students and such after you got to use it and stuff?
Absolutely, yes. It's actually something that I used in my undergraduate studies, so I would definitely recommend it. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Drew, for that wonderful presentation. Next up is Jennifer Muse. Jennifer Muse is currently a graduate student at the School of Library. Is currently a graduate student at the School of Library and Information Management in Emporia State in Kansas. There she is following the program for concentration in health information professionals. She previously earned a Master's of Science in Sports Management from Texas Tech University and has 2 bachelor degrees in recreation and physical education. When not working or studying, Jennifer enjoys traveling the world and has recently marked her 50th state off her list of places to visit. Jennifer will be talking to you today about NLM exhibitions. And I'll hand it over to you, Jennifer.
Thank you. The most pressing thing I'll answer first is Alaska. That was my 50th. As you would well expect. I would like to thank you for being here today and joining me for this presentation. I will be discussing National Library of Medicine's traveling exhibitions. I feel very fortunate to be here presenting on this topic, and a number of the traveling exhibitions cover areas that I'm very passionate about. I've been made aware that these exhibitions haven't been traveling since March of 2020, and excitement is pretty high for the return. October 4th, that's the close date for the call of request. We'll cover that more in this presentation. I will also offer an apology if I sound a bit robotic at times. There's a lot of information, and I want to make sure I get it correct, so I will be reading exactly word for word from what is written on websites. I do want to do a land acknowledgement. While I do have land acknowledgements from where I live and where I study, I will only be reading the one regarding Emporia State because that's who I am representing today. I study at Emporia State University, which is located on Kickapoo, Osage, and Kaw lands. I recognize these indigenous communities as past, present, and future caretakers of this land. Just a bit more with a quick bio. As you can read up there, that information, just to give you a little bit more in detail though, I'm very impassioned about building my knowledge and skills toward health sciences librarianship, but I know how equally important it is to develop and utilize a professional network and community of colleagues. As a fully online student, I try to find and take advantage of any opportunity to build that network. I'm interested in health literacy and underserved populations, and I'm considering focusing on nonprofits that work in this area, but of course at this time I'm trying not to narrow down my options too much. I would like to thank Dr. Emily Vardell, who I think a lot of you in here actually maybe have met. She is my SLIM professor, which is the School of Library and Information Management in Emporia State. She is the one who encouraged me to apply for this development opportunity. Her guidance and leadership during my coursework is immeasurable. Amy Minix is Sciences Librarian at Indiana University for her willingness to talk through ideas and share her expertise. And Jen Ortiz, who unfortunately is unable to be here, but she was my coach for this, and then Katie stepped in to assist, but her invaluable feedback and assistance as I prepared for this presentation is greatly appreciated. During my time at SLIM, I've already been introduced to some amazing individuals. All seem willing to assist and answer any random question I might ask. And I realize I'm not a non-traditional age student, but I really like to practice and believe in a never stop learning approach to life. So let's get on to why we're really here, NNLM Traveling Exhibitions. And I do have some links on here, and if this is made available online, these should all link up to the proper websites, and hopefully they are working correctly. So NLM Exhibitions feature stories about history, society, and medicine drawn from the world-renowned collection of the NLM. Discover something new about the past. The NLM Traveling Exhibitions help to connect your community to NLM offerings like Medline Plus and PubMed. Publicize your institution through programming and activities, establish community partnerships, and share NLM health information resources with partner institutions, and foster health literacy in your community. For collaborations in programming, you can plan seasonal programming or national health observance events, support library career development, improve community health with easy-to-access health information resources, and there are product guides for these exhibitions that provide great ideas for incorporating engagement opportunities and collaboration with community partners. I did print one of these guides out. I highlighted all over it. Katie made these. They are very useful. The orange highlighting is my own, not her doing. So on this product guide, there are popular uses for this product for consumers, for information professionals, for researchers, and then there are key points, potential predicaments, teaching example, examples and real life examples. And Katie is the expert on that, so I do not need to cover that. If you have specific questions, she is more than willing to assist in answering that. The NLM traveling exhibitions by titles, and these are the ones I really want to read pretty directly from my notes because they are amazingly well written and described. So there are 7 traveling exhibitions that you can request. Their titles and descriptions are AIDS, Posters and Stories of Global Health, A People's History of a Pandemic. The archive of public health posters about AIDS at the National Library of Medicine is rooted in the cultural output of artists, activists, and community workers. Their work, specifically the use of personal narrative, drawing as a visual art strategy, language and collective process in the creation of AIDS posters, continues to broadcast the message that 40 years after the crisis began, AIDS is not over. Care and custody, past responses to mental health. Over the past 200 years in the United States, a tension has existed between care and custody as responses to mental health issues. Physicians, psychiatric survivors, families, and government agencies have all shaped mental health. Care and custody, past responses to mental health examines histories to understand how the country has moved away from custodial forms of treatment, sought a more inclusive society, and worked to protect the rights of people with mental health conditions. Making a World of Difference, Stories About Global Health. This is actually the traveling exhibition that interests me the most, and I'm going to be skipping over this description for now because I'll be discussing it more in depth in a minute. Opening Doors, Contemporary African American Academic Surgeons. African Americans have always practiced medicine as physicians, healers, midwives, and root doctors. Early Black physicians became not only skilled practitioners, but also educators and trailblazers, paving the way for future physicians, surgeons, and nurses, as well as improving health care for African American communities. Opening Doors, Contemporary African American Academic Surgeons recognizes this long tradition and pioneers by highlighting contemporary surgeons and educators who exemplified excellence in their fields and mentor younger generations of African American physicians. Outside Inside, Immigration, Migration, and Healthcare in the United States. Immigration is an important part of the American story. This exhibition explores the history of ideas about immigrant health and immigrants and migrants' changing experience with U.S. healthcare since the late 1800s. During this history, healthcare and medicine played a role in inclusion and exclusion, in assimilation and discrimination, in dividing communities and strengthening them. Outside Inside, Immigration, Migration, and Healthcare in the United States portrays the history that reminds us that we all share a desire to protect our health and well-being. Renaissance Science, Magic and Medicine in Harry Potter's World. And full confession here, I've never read any of the Harry Potter books. In 1997, British author J.K. Rowling introduced the world to Harry Potter. Since then, millions of readers have followed Harry's story. The magic in the Harry Potter novels is based partially on Renaissance traditions that played an important role in the development of Western science, including alchemy, astrology, and natural philosophy. Renaissance Science, Magic and the Medicine in Harry Potter's World explores the intersection of these worlds in the NLM's History of Medicine collection. This Lead is Killing Us, a history of citizens fighting lead poisoning in their communities. Lead exposure can cause neurological problems and sometimes even death, yet this metal has been pervasive in many aspects of American life for over a century. Many industries have included lead in their production process and in products like household paints and gasoline, endangering health. This Lead is Killing Us, A History of Citizens Fighting Lead Poisoning in Their Community tells an important story of advocates protecting their communities from the danger of lead and making their voices heard with industry, housing authorities, and elected officials. So the NLM traveling exhibitions, the network of the National Library of Medicine in the Office of Engagement and Outreach makes available a selection of NLM traveling exhibitions through a call for request. The call for request opened at 2 p.m. September 13th and closes at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, October 4th, 2022. During this period, the online request form is open for requesting NLM traveling exhibitions. The overview of a request and booking process for NLM traveling exhibitions is as follows. NNLM announces and opens a call for requests for 7 exhibition titles, along with an online request form during a 3-week period. During the open call period, online request form is available to submit requests. Requests are entered in a lottery for selecting bookings, and bookings are confirmed when selected host venues return the signed booking agreement. Again, the basic idea behind these exhibitions is to connect your community to NLM offerings like Medline Plus and PubMed. Establish community partnerships and share NLM health information resources with partner institutions. Foster health literacy in your community. The host responsibilities for having one of these exhibits: they need to provide a room that is a minimum of 500 square feet, make the exhibition available to the public free of charge, display the exhibition in a safe, secure environment out of direct sunlight, complete and send a condition report within 1 week of receiving the exhibition, arrange and pay for outgoing shipping to the next host venue using a trackable service for delivery by a specified date, 10 days after the booking end date, and send the traveling exhibition host venue report no more than 2 weeks after sending the exhibition to the next venue. NLM traveling exhibitions are available free of charge for a booking period of about 6 weeks. Specific booking dates are listed on the application that NLM includes in the announcement available exhibitions for requests. To receive all announcements about NLM traveling exhibitions, subscribe to the NLM traveling exhibition listserv. The description of this exhibition, which I skipped over earlier: around the world, communities in collaboration with scientists, activists, governments, and international organizations are taking up the challenge to prevent disease and improve quality of life. Making a World of Difference, Stories About Global Health examines stories of the people who are working on a wide range of issues, from community health to conflict, disease to discrimination, to improve health in their areas and beyond. Just to elaborate a bit more on why this particular exhibition was the one I wanted to discuss more in depth. Oftentimes when people are asked what they would do if they had one wish, they wish for world peace or lottery winnings, but there are numerous people who wish for global health, education about diseases, and how to help those in need. That's where I fall with this exhibition. I think it covers a lot of those areas and the impact on our world. When we know better, we should do better. Thank you, Maya Angelou. And I think we are definitely at a place for doing better with global health. Making a World of Difference, Stories About Global Health includes an education component with a university module and a digital gallery that features a curated selection of fully digitized items from the historical collection of the NLM, which are also available in their entirety in NLM digital collections. Host venues for Making a World of Difference, Stories About Global Health receive the following PR images. In this photo up here on the left-hand side. For venues, in August 2005, Hurricane Katrina devastated the United States Gulf Coast, including the area's medical infrastructure, and created a healthcare crisis for the region. Disaster response teams from other states and staff from community health centers provided residents of New Orleans everything from emergency evacuation to temporary clinics, evacuating patients after Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans, 2005. And on the right-hand photo to the top, Doctors Sidney and Emily Clark founded the Folila Health Center on a Zulu tribal reserve in Natal, South Africa in 1942. The center provided medical care to people, which included improving sanitation and access to food. This innovative approach to health and well-being inspired community-based health projects in the United States and around the world. Again, that's Doctors Sidney and Emily Clark, South Africa, early 1940s. And the last photo in the middle, leaders in the community and the Delta Health Center in Mound Bayou, Mississippi, worked with residents to address a range of issues that affected health and well-being in the area, like the delivery of care at home for those unable to visit the clinic. Delta Health Center nurses making a home visit circa 1960s. And this photo really sort of fascinated me and interested me. I did a little bit more research on there, as one would do in this field. Delta Health Center, the first rural community health center in the nation, currently serves 6 counties in Mississippi Delta with 18 community and school-based health clinic locations. It is thriving. Now, use is an educational setting, and this I specifically tailored towards Bloomington and Indiana University, where I'm currently at, and there are so many connections and potentials here. You can build collections around the exhibit, identify partners to collaborate with, use initiatives like Themester, which you might don't know what is. I will explain it to you in a minute, or highlight a partnership with public libraries. The possibilities really are endless. Monroe County Public Library collaborates with Indiana University libraries frequently, tying in a component of health literacy through videos made in their makerspace, NLM traveling exhibition, and curated collection of books from Indiana University's Science Library can all work together to tell the story of global health. And can do so in a manner where individuals actively participate with the exhibitions and aren't just viewing them. The library is working with the College of Arts and Sciences. It would be ideal to have them partner and be part of Themester. What is Themester? According to Indiana University College's Arts and Sciences website, our students crave a deeper understanding of the world. They seek points of connection between their academic studies and complex issues of our time. Each fall, Themester invites undergrads on a journey of intellectual exploration centered around one compelling theme. It fosters the exchange of ideas and connects the topics that our faculty teach to our students through courses, lectures, exhibits, films, and more. The cross-disciplinary approach of Themester encourages discovery, growth, and engagement in today's vital and relevant conversations. Now, Amy Minix, the Health Sciences librarian I referenced earlier, sees this as a natural fit with one of these traveling exhibits. A deeper discussion about health literacy, be it a class, discussion group, or seminar, the NLM traveling exhibition, and a curated selection of books from the Health Sciences Library would make for some great engagement opportunities and growth for undergrads. The diversity of students who attend IU would also add an additional element to the discussion. Numerous perspectives on healthcare from around the world would lend itself to a true discussion of global health. So for specific questions about NLM traveling exhibition, please email NNLM traveling exhibits at nih.gov. And now I would like to pause for just a second and again mention when the call for request closes, October 4th. For those of you, like me, who didn't realize how close we are to October, after this conference ends and you make it back to your home or your office, you'll have approximately 4.5 working days to submit your request. And in the spirit of my grandma, I would like to say, so don't dawdle. Thank you for attending my presentation. If you have any questions, please be kind.
I have a question about the lottery. Is that per exhibit that you apply for, or is that just per school? Do you know?
I'm going to look this way to an expert in the field.
Do you know?
I would think it's per exhibit, but I don't know for sure. I'd email the NLM traveling exhibits. You have 4.5 days. Just throw your application in. We'll figure out the rest.
I actually have to give the credit to Katie when I was going over this with her a few days ago, and she said, "Do you know when October really?" And I was just like, "No,
It's just SCC. That's all we know right now.
Yeah, she's just like, everyone's focused on it, but as soon as it's over and they get back, it's like, okay, I'll point that out. All right, thank you.
I know you just got done clapping, but I would like to propose that we clap again for these students. I think they did a fantastic job today. Great job, Drew and Jennifer. Y'all were really exceptional. And I just want to give just 15 more seconds, 30 more seconds to pause. If you have any questions about either particular presentation or the LIS Fall Development Program or anything else that you've seen today, we'll pause for just a sec.
Okay, so the LIS development program, is it open to any library student throughout the country to apply just to your region, or they only have to be in your region?
Our LIS Fall Development Program is only available to students who attend school within Region 3. So you may notice that Jennifer talked about states outside of our region. Well, that's because that's where Jennifer lives. But Jennifer attends school at Emporia, which is within our region. NNLM is working to develop standardized programming for internships and other student opportunities that would kind of thread throughout the entire country. But our specific funding is only for Region 3 at this time, yes. Thank you for asking. Okay, perfect. All right, so before we get out of here, I do want to thank a couple of people for their special contribution to this project. Jen Ortiz, who unfortunately couldn't be here, and Katie Pierce Farrier both served as coordinator coaches to these students. And I just want to extend like 1,000 million trillion thanks to them for all the work that they've done over the last several weeks. So thanks, y'all. I also want to share with you a few student opportunities that we have coming up or have generally going on. So at the top, you'll see the LIS Fall Development Award. That's the presentations that you saw today. They fund student attendance to regional conferences, and I'm general there because in the past it's just been SCC MLA. We are hoping to forge a partnership with MCMLA as well because we do have several states in their region. So we may in the future have students presenting at MCMLA as well. Here you see the spring internships. We have been kind of playing with our internship program over the last year or so, and we have kind of landed on offering 2 internships every spring for our office, so please be on the lookout for information. And kind of the same rules apply to that. They're open to students who attend LIS grad school in Region 3. And the states in Region 3 are listed here: Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas. And then last but not least, we have had a wonderful communications assistant over the last several months, Brandon Kennedy. Brandon will be serving our office in a new and expanded role beginning October 1st, which is great news for Brandon, not so great news for me. So we will have a communications assistant position opening up again October 1st. It's really great for grad students. It's part-time. They work directly with our whole office, but specifically with me on most specifically on social media, but also communications and other projects as our office needs. So if you know anybody who would be a great fit for that, let me know, and I'll tell you how you let me know. You can scan this QR code. This is my digital business card, and it will, give you all my contact information. And if you have any questions about today, I will try to answer them. And if I don't have the right answer, I'll forward you to the right person. So I really appreciate all of you being here. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for watching. This video was produced by the network of the National Library of Medicine. Select the circular channel icon to subscribe to our channel, or select a video thumbnail to watch another video from the channel.